So yeah, I'm gonna have 1,000 kids, yo. And you may be thinking, how am I gonna do that? How is this guy gonna do such a thing? Well, I know exactly how. I'm going to become a sperm donor. I'm gonna do that shit. I mean, you're literally getting paid to jack off when you do that shit. Like, how good of a deal is that? How good of a deal is that? But the main reason I want to do it is because spread my seed far and wide. That shit would be so fire, dude. And it's obviously competitive to be a sperm donor. Not anybody can go and be a sperm donor. But I've got a lot of aspects about me that would be very tempting for a sperm donor profile. Like I've got an incredibly high IQ. I just got to get tested, but I'm telling you, I know it's fucking high. About to be going to law school. I'm trying to go to law school. So I figure, once I'm in law school, I'll be a law school student, maybe like a 175 LSAT with a 130 IQ, you know, blonde and beautiful with beautiful eyes. I mean, look at these eyes, man. Come on. These eyes are to die for. And, big dick too. The only thing about me that isn't, really tempting for a sperm donor shit is my height, because I'm only 5'8". A lot of sperm donor places will literally, like, they won't let you donate if you're under, like, a certain height threshold. I think most places is like 5'6" or 5'7" or so, 5'6" or 5'7". Some places like 5'10" is crazy. And honestly, like, that low key feels like eugenics to me, bro. Like, people were saying that the fucking Sydney Sweeney commercial was eugenics, which is fucking bullshit. But that high key is eugenics, low key. Like, sorry, we don't want. It doesn't matter if you're like a billionaire, with a high fucking IQ, and you're gorgeous. Like, if you're under 5'6", like, ain't nobody want your sperm. Ain't nobody wanna reproduce with you. And I mean, it's like, I mean, I guess you get it, like, because like you don't want to have short sons, but like, I mean, it's not a guarantee that it's going to come out a boy. It could come out a girl, and I mean, in that case, short genes, are an attractive thing. I'm not saying that being a tall woman is as bad as being a short guy, but I would say being short as a woman is generally preferable to being tall. Um, but yeah, it's just messed up, and I think it really shows like just how much our society hates on short people, how hard it is for short guys in this society. Not to be all like the doomer incel crowd who thinks they're all cooked for being short. I think they take it a bit too far, and I think a lot of the times with those guys, like, it's their attitude that's hurting them more than their height. But like, it is fucking hard to be short. Like if you're fucking 5'2" as a guy, bro, like you're fucked. Like if you're 5'2" as a guy, you're gonna have to be the most charismatic guy in the world to get as many bitches like an average guy of my height would. And I'm not even tall, bro. I thank God every day that I wasn't born like super duper short, because that's genuinely a death sentence. I don't think that's something that's talked about enough. Like really, really short guys. And I'm not talking guys at my height because I'm doing just fine. But like really, really short guys, low key an oppressed group. Oh fuck, low key an oppressed group. Like not gonna lie, not gonna lie. Like, cause it doesn't even hurt. It's not that it just hurts your dating world. It's like nobody respects a guy if he's short. Like it's fucked, man. It's fucked. Those poor guys. I feel so terrible for guys who are super fucking short. And I guess all I can say to a guy who's super duper short is like get height surgery. But I mean, like if you're 5 feet, and it brings you up to 5'2", and you go through like a year of pain for that shit, then like, I mean, is that really gonna help that much? I guess it's better than nothing. I'd still say go ahead and do it. If you're that short. Actually, if you're that short, the move is probably gonna have to be to become trans or some shit. If you become trans, honestly, what you can do is you can become trans and do a really good job with it, and get like bottom surgery and everything to where you like are indistinguishable from a woman, but you're just infertile, and then just become a lesbian, bro. And then you just become a lesbian, and then yeah, you can't get the girl pregnant, but if you're like 5 foot as a man, then you probably shouldn't have been doing that anyway. So, and then what you do is you just get my sperm that I donated at my local sperm bank, and you can have some little EvilC babies. That should have worked. That should have worked. It's a good idea. Yeah, yeah. No. Big problems. Big problems. No good for those guys. Feel bad for them. But anyways, assuming that I can find a place that will overlook slightly below average height. You know, I'm golden, bro. I'll get a good fucking deal for some sperm donor shit. You know, jack off into a cup, make me some money, and give me some kids all over the place. You know, I'm not gonna like take responsibility for the kids, and obviously you don't have to, but you know, I'll check the little box where they can message me. They can like try to contact me once they turn 18. That'd be pretty cool. You know, maybe like 20 years from now, I'll have a bunch of 18-year-old kids that are my kid, and you know, we'll have a party type shit. We'll have a party. And I'll be up there with all my kids. You know, I have like 1,000 kids in my house. You know, these are my children. You know, yeah, I just feel like I owe it to the world. You know, I'm just so fucking cool, dude. I'm genuinely like the coolest guy to ever live, bro. And I'm gorgeous and I'm genius. Like I owe it to the world to, you know, spread my seed forward. And talk about how cool that is, man. You know, having that many kids. You know, it's like you're you're really putting your mark on the next generation. You know, I'm telling you, the next generation is gonna be good. You know, Gen Beta is gonna be base because Gen Beta is gonna be it's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. I am Gen Beta. All right. And also another thing that's interesting about being a sperm donor is like you're low key cucking the guy out, bro. Like you're low key just cucking out some random dude. Like some guy's sperm just doesn't fucking work, or he has like erectile dysfunction and some shit, and so he's just trying to have a kid with this girl and he can't. And then you just come in and you know he just starts using your cum to get the girl pregnant, and then it's like you're cucking that guy out, and she's having it's like I'm cucking the guy out, and she's having my kid instead of his, and I don't even touch the girl. I don't even know who the girl is. You know, it's just with my aura. I've just got so much aura that I'm just impregnating the girl with my fucking aura. Because I'm just so fucking cool, dude. I'm telling you, shit's gonna be fire. Shit's gonna be fire. Good things for the next generation. Good things for the next generation. Because 1,000 of them are going to be my kids when I do a little sperm donor shit. You know, shit's gonna be fire. Shit's gonna be fire. I'm telling you. So look out. Look out. 20 years from now, I ain't the only EvilC gonna be around. There's gonna be some other little EvilCs walking around. It's gonna be great. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, leave a comment if you're interested, or if you have anything to say about this video, and follow my Twitch. Y'all have a good one.